Hi, welcome to the intervention for Chapter 3 Assessment. For the first page, there are three main concepts that I want you guys to review. And the very first one is the vertical angle congruence theorem, where the vertical angles are going to be congruent. Anytime you see the intersection of two lines, you're going to create two pairs of vertical angles. So in this example, you're going to see that that this angle here is 46 and this one's 46. And this one right here is 134 and 134. Now, the second concept that you need to remember is the triangle angle sum theorem that states that the sum of the angles in a triangle is indeed going to be 180 degrees. So if you are provided with two of the angles, for example, okay, you can easily find the third angle by subtracting the sum of these two from 180 degrees, and then determine what the measure of this angle is going to be. And to conclude on that first page, one of the theorems that we did learn is the lines perpendicular to transversal theorem that states that if two lines are perpendicular to the transversal, then they are going to be parallel. So in this case, these two are going to be parallel because they're perpendicular to the same line. Now, let's look at the second page now. In the second page, they want us to write down the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line described. It has to go through this point and it has to be perpendicular to this line. So one of the things that we have to look into is what is the slope of this line right here? The slope happens to be 3 over 2. Now, if I wanted a line parallel to it, I would use the same slope. But because I want a line that's going to be perpendicular to it, I'm going to use the opposite reciprocal. So that's going to be negative 2 over 3. Now, I'm going to use the slope and I'm going to use the point to come up with the equation of the line. Now, I'm going to use the equation for slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b. Our goal is now to solve for b. Since we already know the y value to be 4 and the slope to be negative 2 over 3 times the value of x, which is negative 3 plus b. Negative 2 times negative 3, that's going to be positive 6. And positive 6 divided by 3, that's going to give me 2. So that's going to be 2 plus b. We subtract 2 from both ends, and we get b equals positive 2. Hence, now the equation is going to be negative 2/3 x plus 2. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, what about this? You really do not need that number for absolutely anything. Just remember that when you're doing a perpendicular line, you're going to do the opposite reciprocal, okay? Because this is for a perpendicular line. If I wanted to do a parallel line, I would use the same slope as the equation of the line. If this equation right here is not solved for y, you have to solve it for y. Okay. Name all the lines that appear skewed to segment BC. So segment BC is this one right here. Now remember that we are looking for all the lines that are skewed, which means that they do not intersect BC and are also not coplanar. So any line that is connected to BC is not going to be one of them. So this one, this one, this one, and this one are not going to be one of them. So the lines that are skewed, and I'm going to do it in blue, are going to be EF, HG, okay? I cannot do AD because AD is parallel to that one. I cannot do these two also because they're intersecting BC. So I could do HD, and I can even do EA. Okay, now I cannot do HE because that line is actually parallel to BC. So these are the four ones that are going to be skewed to that one. So we have HG, EF, HD, and DA. All right, for the last one. Name the line segments that appear to be perpendicular to FB. So here is FB. Now the lines that appear to be perpendicular are going to be the following. You have FG, you have EF, apparently those are the only two. Oh, actually, no, look at the bottom ones. So we have AB, and we also have BC. Now, if there's a restriction, meaning that they only want the one that goes through a specific point, then look at your answers and see which is the one that goes through the point that is being asked. Thank you.